How's it going, everyone? It's Juan Romero here from SwitchWatch. I'm back with another review, and I'll also let you know the winner of the pasta challenge that's coming up at the end of this video, so stay tuned. I've got a game for you called Crypticle. It's a little indie game, really addictive, from the same people that brought us Aqua Kitty. Let's jump in then and find out if it's worth your investment. Well, the story here, thankfully, is a simple one. A mysterious, malevolent force has abducted Kryptonia's princess along with the king's golden treasure. With a bunch of washed-up knights at the king's side, it's your job to descend into the ancient crypts on a rescue mission. Simple as that, nice and quick to get you in. In terms of gameplay, for all intents and purposes, this is a roguelite, twin-stick shooter, dungeon crawler like Binding of Isaac or Enter the Gungeon. And if you like those type of games, then this one is going to be for you. Only here you have to kind of clear out static rooms full of nasty little monsters which are there to take you down. If you've played Smash TV back in the day, then that game inspired this, along with the item collection systems in games like Rainbow Islands. All set in a Ghosts and Goblins medieval style setting. This, folks, is all me. The game is so simple yet so rewarding and addictive that you sometimes wonder if we really need all of those crafting systems, RPG elements, and all manner of things sometimes mashed together to make a game seem more worthy of your time. It's that same old saying in my eyes: if you try to be the jack of all trades, then you rarely master the one, and this really masters it where it counts. It's simple as it gets, people. Move with the left analog stick and shoot with the right. Collect that food that the monsters drop as quickly as possible to chain them up and get that multiplier going. Oh yes, I love those multipliers, because that, folks, is going to help you get those higher scores. You do have a little boost which you can use, which is handy for that last second dash or dodge, and you also have a health bar at the beginning where you can take 3 hits but make it further into the level and you can increase some of those stats. Speed, health, damage and weapon duration, and if you get overwhelmed you also have a special weapon which will take out everything almost in the vicinity. Very handy, but use them wisely. Now you start off throwing an axe which has a limited range, isn't the most powerful, but as you get further more weapons drop. Fast little arrows, shotgun spreads, flamethrowers and all sorts of goodies, but these do have a limited time duration in which to use these weapons, and of course this is all about balance. Once the power up wears out, it's back to that trusty throwing axe. The game really rewards that risk and skill. More of the stuff you need dropping, the more risk you are willing to take. Take no risk though, and this gets hard fast, as you'll not get enough of the stats that you need to really have a chance later on. Now the more sort of runs you take part in, the more you're going to unlock for future runs. There is a handy little ledger as well to see everything you've come across, and there's even a shop which I'm sure has the same cat from Aqua Kitty. Here you can spend coin you've collected throughout the stages. Usually a handy heart or a gem, or stats can be purchased, which of course is all useful. The levels are comprised of a number of stages, and when you finish each you can choose a door where you'll have 1 to 3 choices. It's comprised of a branching system, so choose your next stage wisely, as each stage has advantages and disadvantages, and you'll get to know these over time. Each time you start a new run, all the stages will rearrange. Now the stages are also random in that there are differing monsters and differing number of monsters mixed together. This can be really unpredictable and at times really throw you off. Enemies range from the simple to kill hordes of zombies to annoying plant-based enemies which can paralyze you for a few seconds. As you reach the boss, again, it's going to be a different one or a variation of the same each time, and your goal is to get as far as possible and to post that score to the leaderboard. My nemesis, Nindy Spotlight, who is just a gaming wizard, always seems to manage to post a good score. This then results in me trying to beat him, which can take some hours, and then him beating me again in about 5 minutes. Not only is this guy a great reviewer, check him out if you haven't already, but he's some sort of gaming god. Now someone else has put an even higher score on there. Just unbelievable. I mean, how are you supposed to beat 636,000? Incredible. Just incredible. Might as well give up. Might as well just give up. Look at that. Now, due to the leaderboards, this is even more addictive than it already is. When you die, you start again, you take a run again. Now, these can last 5 minutes or half an hour, depending on how good and skillful you are. Scores are comprised of killing the enemies, multipliers when collecting food and drops, and the multitude of beasts, finding jewels in the crypts, taking part in arcade minigames, where this turns into a 2D platformer, and making a word. The best, though, is when you beat a boss and it drops loads of goodies for you to gleefully collect. The challenge here is mighty. I struggled on normal, and hard is, well, hard. I could not play on easy, as that's just not me, but each to their own. If you do get tired of playing through the stages, you can try endless, which is literally one stage where you try and last as long as possible before the monsters catch up to you. Hours went by with me not even noticing. If that's not enough to whet your appetite, then playing with a friend or 4 in total is an absolute blast, although only locally. In terms of audio, this has a nice, decent enough backing track and some decent enough sound effects. More variation would have been nice, and it would have been good if it had felt a little bit more grandeur than it does. Visually, the character you can choose reminds me a lot of character in Ghosts and Goblins when he finds his suit. Visuals are really simple. The sprites are small but detailed enough so that you can see what you are doing, and I do like the art here. It's not as artistically great as some of the other games like this, but then they do have larger budgets. The value here is outstanding, £6.19 in the UK, a little bit more in dollars of course, and with the amount of hours I've already put in, it's paid off for itself multiple times and over. So in terms of my verdict, I am honestly not that hard to please as long as a game can offer me enjoyment and some competition. Everything here works well and is balanced. Every run I had threw up something a little different, and I could not help having that one more go. The first day I played, I lost 5 hours without realising it. It's not going to win on visuals or audio, but who cares when the game is this cheap and this enjoyable. Easy to recommend, especially after the quality Aqua Kitty. Tiki Pod have done it again. An 8 out of 10 from me. Now, before you go, guys, I know that you love to rush off and you all lead really busy lives, but I need to announce the winner of the Pasta Challenge. It's going to come up on screen with a name. If you got near to 244 pieces of pasta, that was the number. We counted them one by one, me and the missus. 244 was the number. So the person that got closest to this has won a game code. You need to email me. Email's coming up now. It's contact us at switchwatch.co.uk, and I'll send you a gaming code. Listen, if you enjoyed this review, hit the thumbs up. If you're a new watcher, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. We want to see you on our next video. And lastly, coming up on screen right now are some more of our videos. Why don't you take a look? We'd really appreciate it. My name's Juan Romero from SwitchWatch, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care.